to Hurling in North America News. I'm David from playhurling.com, where you can get hurls, helmets and slitters and anything else hurling related. If you're interested, go to playhurling.com/shop. In this episode, we're covering what happened in January and February of 2020. First up in January, clubs were eager to get back to hurling training. Starting with the West Coast, Tacoma Rangers and Washington State were on a podcast.
What do you guys do? What's hurling?
Oh, so they call it the Warrior Game, and that's because we're all walking around, running around with big clubs out there in the field.
Yeah.
Down in California, St. Peter's San Diego done a wall ball competition. Over on the East Coast, New Hampshire Wolves and Marquette GAA were playing hurling on ice. The DC Gales had a free taking challenge. And in Georgia, Atlanta GAA played hurling in the snow, and Augusta GAC shared some drone footage of their spring hurling league. Next up in 2020 hurling news, here are some of the major tournaments happening across North America. Since there's so many hurling events happening in North America this year, bear with me as I read them off my phone. On March 7th, the Florida Sevens. On March 14th, the NCGA National Championship Finals in Orlando. On March 17th, the 3rd annual Butte St. Patrick's Day hurling match in Montana. On March 28th, the Music City Invitational in Nashville, Tennessee. On April 4th, Hurling the Heartland Tournament in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In May, unfortunately, the West Coast Sevens is cancelled this year. On May 30th, the 2nd annual New York GAA Camogie Sevens. On June 6th, in Seattle, the Emerald City Cup. On July 11th, the Western Canadian Championships. Also on July 11th and 12th, the Rumble and the Rockies tournament in Denver, Colorado. On June 19th, Port Law GAA from Waterford are coming to New Jersey, and they're taking over the Play Hurling social media accounts to play a Hurlacrosse game. From July 30th to August 2nd, the CYC is happening in San Francisco. From August 21st to 23rd, the USGA Finals is happening in Canton, Massachusetts. In September, the Eastern Canadian GAA Championships is happening, and the date is to be announced. September 5th to 6th, the Canadian National Championships are happening in Toronto. On October 17th, the Knoxville Scruffy Tournament. In November in Los Angeles, the 3rd annual Hurling vs Lacrosse match will be happening. The dates to be announced. If there's any tournaments I didn't list here, please let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in playing in or attending any of these hurling tournaments, I'll have a full list in the description box below. It's going to be a great year for hurling. Next up, there are 2 new hurling clubs in North America. In Georgia, Savannah GAA, and in Los Angeles, California, the Culver City Cougars are expanding into a hurling club. I've been helping the Cougars launch this new hurling club, and it's wonderful to see hurling being re-established in Los Angeles. After all, it is the 2nd largest US city. Next up in international news, Hurlacrosse has reached New Zealand. On February 8th, Wellington Hutt Valley Hurling Club played against Wellington Lacrosse in the Southern Hemisphere's first Hurlacrosse match. If you're interested in hosting a Hurlacrosse match in your city, go to hurlacrosse.com/rules. Next up in Hurling Near Me news, the Travelling Hurl has travelled over 17,000 kilometres since August 2018. The hurl is currently in Germany. At the end of 2019, Hamburg GAA passed it to Setanta Berlin. For those of you who don't know, the Hurling Near Me campaign was launched by myself and Barry Reynolds of Reynolds Hurling as a way to show the global impact of the hurling community. For Photo of the Month, since it's the beginning of the year, I figured it'd be best off to show some recruitment inspiration. Here are a few great examples of how American clubs are promoting the sport to new players. What recruitment tactics have worked best for your club? Give your best tip in the comments below. Next up, January's Video of the Month goes to the Canadian Camogie Collective, who done some renovation with a hurl.
This is how a camogie player renovates. Really went for it.
And February's Video of the Month goes to St. Peter's Hurling Club in San Diego for their new promotional video. Next up, January's Club of the Month goes to Tampa Bay GAA, who took over the Play Hurling social media accounts for the Florida Cup. During their takeover, they shared photos of a puck around on the beach, updates from the Florida Cup, and a photo of one of their furry audience members. And February's Club of the Month goes to Tulsa GAC, who took over the Play Hurling social media accounts in February. During their takeover week, they shared the lead up to their hurling versus baseball game, including being on ABC News. They got a feature from Tulsa FC, and on the last day of their takeover, they shared Insta stories of them challenging the Tulsa Rumblers Baseball Club to see who could hit the ball the furthest with their sports stick.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This weekend is time for Tulsa's Home Run Derby with hurling versus baseball.
We wanted to embrace each individual athletic sport and put on something for the Tulsa community. You know, we want to just kind of find a way to showcase these different sports, to show the similarities and the differences, and the fact that we could still have a friendly competition.
Go show your support to Tampa Bay GAA and Tulsa GAC. I'll link their Facebook pages below. And that's it for this episode of Hurling North America News. If you're interested in hurling equipment, make sure to go to playhurling.com/shop for hurls, helmets, slitters, and anything else you may need. I'll see you guys in the next video.